Good evening, New Mexico. So school is almost out, and soon thousands of kids in our state are going to have a lot of extra time on their hands. And that right there is a substantial concern for local law enforcement, because they say teens are still very much at the center of the violent crime we continue to see in the metro. Guns are nearly always involved in those crimes. And just this past Monday, police say they found a student with a loaded gun at West Mesa High School. Fortunately, they found him after a classmate stepped forward. And we learned some interventions at our schools, maybe why that student actually said something. Cassie Foote joins us after she looked into all of this. And Cassie, there are still concerns with tackling teen violence. We're going to get into all of that in a few minutes here on the Night Beat. But that student told someone about the gun just hours after the Bernalillo County Sheriff was at the high school talking to students about the dangers of guns.
Exactly. New Mexicans to Prevent Gun Violence had its gun violence prevention workshop at that school on Monday with Sheriff John Allen as their critical speaker. His message was focused on the importance of say something if you see something, and that apparently resonated with at least one student.
The worry of keeping students safe at school is something Miranda Viscoli is working to ease. She's the co-president of New Mexicans to Prevent Gun Violence.
We can see that they actually are getting the message and now do feel like they have tools to keep them safe.
The group hosts workshops in several Albuquerque and Santa Fe schools year-round, and Viscoli says she saw the lessons in action Monday after Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen spoke at the final workshop at West Mesa High School.
He was really talking to them very honestly about, hey, if you see this, you have to let somebody know. Somebody will get shot and killed.
Hours later, the school went on lockdown after police say they found a 16-year-old student intoxicated and with a loaded gun on campus.
We were literally put on shelter in place later in the afternoon while they were getting that gun removed from the young person.
And police say it's all thanks to another student reporting it.
So it does show that when we have these conversations with our young people, they actually are hearing it, but we have to be repeatedly in that classroom.
Now, APS officials say that student never threatened to use the gun on anyone, but he is facing charges.
And while that intervention, again, may have worked, Sheriff Allen and some other people in our criminal justice system were anything but pleased with what happened after that teen got arrested.
Yeah, he and the Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman have some serious concerns with the local juvenile detention center. It's also called YSC, or the Youth Services Center. That teen was taken there but never booked. And Allen and Bregman wrote a letter to Bernalillo County officials. In it, they write the teen was taken to UNM Hospital because he was basically drunk. Doctors cleared him and he was taken to YSC to then be put in custody. But the letter states the teen waited around 4 hours and was described as non-compliant and acting erratically. Eventually, YSC officials decided to just release him to his parents, and Sheriff Allen says that is a prime example of violent teens avoiding accountability.
What's discouraging is the juveniles tell us themselves they know how to play the system. They tell everybody, I just have to tell them I've been drinking and I'm going to be rejected, or I'm going to be released to my parents or somebody else that evening, if not the next morning. They're not worried about law enforcement or the consequences.
The idea that we have law enforcement going out picking up teenagers who commit violent crimes or the act of committing a violent crime and bring them to the D home and they don't get booked is unacceptable, just unacceptable in every level.
Greg Perez is the Deputy Bernalillo County Manager for Public Safety. He wrote a letter back to Sheriff Allen and DA Bregman today. He says YSC officials never refused to book that teen. Instead, staff wanted to make sure he was medically cleared. He claims that paperwork didn't have specific information. And Perez also claims the decision to release the teen to family was made by APS police. So that letter ends by saying the county is committed to improving the intake and detention of youth accused of dangerous crimes.
And we know Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, in my interview with her earlier this year during the session, she said when I brought up the teen violence aspect and the fact nobody was really talking about it on a statewide level, that she was concerned counties had not requested more financial help with these youth detention centers. So we're going to see if that changes, because we know of overcrowding and all the issues you just documented. All right, Cassie, thank you.